Now, to react to that story, we have integrated bar the Philippines National President Attorney Allan Panolong. Welcome back to the show.
Hi, Gretchen. Good morning, and thank you for inviting me again.
Exhaust all means. That is the directive of the president when it comes to bringing Zaldy Co back home. And before we go to the options, on just some updates, the latest that we have, at least publicly, last December, Zaldy Co, former House of Operations Chair, has been declared fugitive from justice by the Sandigan Bayan. His passport canceled by the DFA. There is a red notice request by the Philippine government submitted to the Interpol. And there are rumors that he is in Portugal holding a European golden visa. And with all of these details and this context, what now can the Philippine government do to bring Zaldy Co back home?
Well, if you notice, it is almost all the avenues have been exhausted by the government. But for me, personally, I think it would be better if the Philippine government will explore diplomatic channels with the sovereign nation of Portugal, because it would be easier if there is a mutual cooperation between two states. So, meaning to say, even in the absence of an extradition treaty, at least through the appropriate diplomatic channels, there will be an exchange of information relative to the location of Zaldy Co, because it has been mentioned several times and seen several news that Zaldy Co is probably in the country of Portugal.
But would you know why the former congressman preferred to stay if he is in Portugal? I'm assuming he's acting on advice na dyan medyo mas mahirap siyang makuha, no? Given the form of government of Portugal, do you think that they'd be open to discussions on that with the Philippine government?
I believe so, because di ba meron na nga pong Interpol request from our country for to tag Zaldy Co, for a red notice. And the function of red notice is to actually locate the location of the subject and possibly to arrest that person. Yun po. So I believe Zaldy Co, if ever he is indeed in the country of Portugal, probably he already foresee that the Philippine government may have difficulty in having diplomatic channels with the Portugal. That's why he opted to stay there.
John Vic Remulla, the Secretary, is actually saying na pag extradition matatagalan, no? Kasi kailangan may treaty pa with Portugal. So he is floating the term repatriation. What would be the main difference, and how would that route go?
Yeah, as we understand, the extradition presupposes that there is a treaty between two states, the requesting state, which is our country, and the requested state, which is the Portugal. So in the absence of that extradition treaty, the Philippine government can actually explore on repatriation, because for one, the passport of Zaldy Co was already canceled. So meaning to say, he is no longer a holder of a legitimate passport, so he becomes therefore an undesirable alien in that country. So the country will have the host country will have no option but to repatriate, to send the said person to our country. Kasi canceled na yung passport niya, so he has no more means to travel abroad, no, to other countries. So pwede naman yun.
Kumbaga parang lalabas siyang TNT.
Yes, ganun po.
Kasi walang
Kasi wala na
walang
siyang
mga
walang
dokumento.
passport eh. Yes.
So does it immediately apply? Kahit may hawak siya na ibang visa at pasaporte?
It depends, no? If it's only visa, the moment that the passport is canceled, automatically, I believe the visa is also canceled because the visa was given because of the passport, no? Kumbaga, a person may not be extended a visa without the passport. Kasi in application for in applying for visa, the first requirement is to present a valid passport. Unless the person is holding a different passport other than the Philippine passport. So that poses another legal challenge. Supposing that, because I've been reading some reports that allegedly Mr. Co is a holder of a Portuguese passport. So it poses a legal problem now because we don't know if Zaldy Co probably acquired a naturalization or a citizenship there, no? In Portugal, or maybe we don't know really, no? Kung ano man yung kuan, because accordingly he is holding a Portugal passport or Portugal, yeah. Oo. So it poses another legal
So that
challenge on our
complicates the
part.
matter. If he is indeed holding a Portuguese passport, then is repatriation now out of the picture?
It could be. Yeah, it could be because they may not they may recognize the passport that he is holding now, which is allegedly a Portugal passport. Oh,
Okay, so let's go to the other options because there's also an Interpol blue notice out for now. No declaration yet whether a red notice has been issued. And this was the avenue used against the former president. The only difference is the president was here in the Philippines, si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte, and it was done through the police forces. How do you imagine this avenue being used in the case of Zaldy Co?
I think this is the most practical avenue that the state should really pursue aggressively because, the International Criminal Police Organization is the largest organization of police law enforcement agencies worldwide. I think it has more than 190 plus member countries. So this Interpol has is actually a central hub of information and communication. So they can provide information as to persons who are facing charges against the state. So even the sensitive information and DNA, passport informations, among other things, meron po sila niyan eh. So they can easily compel the member state to cooperate with the request, no? So there are crimes where this Interpol focuses on. Number one is terrorism. Second is the cybercrime. Third is yung financial crimes, no? This involves large-scale staffa or corruption. So pasok po siya eh. So as well as money laundering. So pasok po siya. So pwede pong ito yung pinaka-practical means by which the the Philippine government should aggressively pursue. Now, as to the difference, no, with what happened to the former president, President Rodrigo Duterte, it was easier because he was no there was an information that he will arrive in the country. So napakadali ng coordination. But for Saldico, maraming puzzles pa eh, no? So yun nga lang ang concern. But with the Interpol, it would be easier to locate him. And ultimately,
But the
the
Interpol also works through the police force of its members, right? So they
yes,
will have to work through the Portuguese police force. Is that the correct assessment?
that is correct. That is correct. And Portugal, I haven't validated if it is a member of the Interpol, but supposing it is a member of an
They are.
Interpol, it
They
is
are. I'm seeing
obliged.
that they are.
Yes, it is obliged to comply with with the constitution of the Interpol, no? Because
Hindi pwedeng sabihin, hindi ba pwedeng
the
sabihin na parang,
grounds,
okay,
yeah, the
go ahead.
grounds for which Zaldico is being asked to be repatriated or being asked to to return to our country is falls squarely within those crimes where the Interpol focuses on it. So pasok na pasok po siya.
Either way, whether it's going through the Interpol or going through diplomatic channels, the Philippine government would have to talk to the Portuguese government. Although, pagdating do sa diplomatic option, we do know what happens there, right? There's usually something given in exchange for something. That would be the main difference here with the two options.
Yeah, we don't really know, no?
Mm.
But for sure, ganun nga po yung sitwasyon. Mm.
Okay. Looking at the cases of the former Congressman Zaldy Co at the Sandigan Bayan, yung unang final dito ay yung sa Oriental Mindoro, involving his corporation, SunWest Corporation, and corruption and malversation of public funds charges related to an alleged anomalous 289 million flood control project there. But in this case, no, would it matter? Would the strength of the case matter and the former congressman's involvement, or nagmamatter lang ho na meron ng mga kaso that are filed against him and there are upcoming trials on the congressman? Kasi meron pang pangalawa that is going to be filed. It's a new plunder complaint that was revealed by the Department of Justice, pero hindi pa ito na ifa-file. So, does it matter that the plunder case is a stronger case, or basta may naka-file na kaso, pwede na pong kumbaga habulin as a fugitive?
Oh well, insofar as the strength of the case, no, is concerned, that is really for the court to decide. So the moment the case has been filed and there was a finding of probable cause, no, with reasonable certainty of conviction. So it presupposes that the cases filed against Saldico are really strong. No, that is the presumption. Oo, no. So it won't affect, no. The moment that cases are filed, then these are sufficient. Kasi nga po
Okay na ho
mataas
yun.
ngayon yung level of determination of probable cause, unlike before. Ngayon po bago po na i-file yung kaso, dapat merong reasonable certainty of conviction, meaning to say that based on the evidence presented by the prosecution by the complainant, there is a reasonable belief that these evidence are sufficient to convict the accused, which is in this case the Zaldico and his co-accused.
And after all, he has already been declared a fugitive from justice by the Sandigan Bayan. So those are strong words.
Yes.
Does that make a difference that he has been named a fugitive from justice? Is that a different qualification altogether?
Well, the moment that he was declared fugitive from justice, it presupposes that Zaldico is evading his prosecution before our country. Meaning to say, there is some sort of guilt on his part,
Or
because if he believes that
premeditated
he is not,
act?
yes, because if he believed that he is really innocent of those charges, then he would squarely face it. uh, Take note that there are some high-profile personalities or officials who were indicted with serious offenses, and they faced them squarely before the court, and some of them were actually acquitted, but some were actually convicted. So the moment that a person is considered fugitive from justice, so there is a presumption that there is some sort of guilt on their part, because yun na nga, bakit ayaw mong harapin?
Now, I want to go to another person that the authorities are looking for, and that is Senator Bato de la Rosa. He has been MIA from the Senate, even though he's still a sitting senator. How do you imagine the complexities around Senator Bato de la Rosa's case that he is now, or sinasabi nila that meron nga raw pong arrest warrant against him by the ICC that many people have claimed to have seen. After what happened to the former president, na marami hong, meron hong kaso sa Supreme Court on the constitutionality of turning him over without a court hearing, how could that affect the pursuit for Senator Bato de la Rosa in case there is indeed an arrest warrant out?
I think Senator Bato is taking, taking cue of what happened to the former president. So I think he believes that if that happened to a former president, even if he's a sitting senator, if there is indeed an arrest warrant, then a possibility for his arrest would be imminent also. So that explains probably his MIA from the Senate. Because
But
go ahead.
wouldn't that involve the highest officials, for example, the DILG and the head of the PNP going against a pending case at the Supreme Court? Kasi nga po, di ba parang sinasabing na-violate nga raw po yung karapatan ng dating Pangulo under the Philippine Constitution to get a court hearing before being turned over. Ngayon, kung gumalaw ho ang Philippine government to surrender Senator Bato de la Rosa, wouldn't that tantamount to acting before there's a decision from the Supreme Court?
If there is, I think these are two legal issues. These are two important and distinct cases. One is legal, and the other one is enforcement. So, as far as enforcement is concerned, for so long as the court has not issued any temporary restraining order or an order restraining any agencies of government from implementing any arrest warrant, then it is not...
Pwedeng habulin.
Yeah, hindi pwede. But in the absence thereof, even if there is a pending petition, since the prayer for a provisional relief has not been granted, so the enforcement of a valid warrant of arrest issued by a legitimate tribunal or legitimate court may be enforced, because it is the only, we call it in legal parlance as temporary restraining order. So that's the only thing that would prevent it from being enforced.
Pero kung kayo ho si Senator Bato de la Rosa, saan mas magandang magtago? Sa Pilipinas o sa ibang bansa?
Ayoko pong magtago eh. At ayoko maging senador.
Okay, let's leave it there. Maraming salamat for your time and your legal advice. We have IBP National President Atty. Allan Panolong weighing in on a possible repatriation and other options to get Zaldy Co back home, as well as Senator Bato de la Rosa.
Thank you so much, Gretchen, and to our viewers. Good morning.